Hello, and welcome to SRK chat. Sorry about the weird setup here. I had some terrible technical problems on the way into this, but this is the talk where we talk about how Castle Combe went,
Audio.
and it's already gone great because Sam's lost all his sound. But welcome to the SSC International Broadcast Studio, which is me sat in my bachelor pad, Luke in his cave of trophies, Sam sat on the toilet, whatever it is he's doing. But anyway, he can't hear us, we can't hear him,
You
so it's
can't hear
going
me,
great.
can you?
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can't hear anything at all.
Well, I can't. I
I don't
couldn't
know
be
if you've
happier
got
with
me
the
on
way
mute
this
or
is
something.
going. No. Anyway, as you can see, we're having some great technical problems. So let's try and just push on a little bit. And if we have to jump to the setup again. Oh, Sam's gone. Anyway, let's talk about how the first round went. So if it can't get any better, Luke's lost his voice as well. So I'm just going to talk about how my round went, shall I? I thought it was a lot of fun. Me and Sam were talking before the event, and we said we probably enjoyed running the juniors more. So, but actually, running in the adults was fun as well. It was a good event. Yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed it as well. Luke, do you want to just croak for a couple of words and say how it went for you?
Yeah, it went pretty
Oh my.
well up until the final. So up to the final, I scored the equal highest amount of points, so the heats went really well. For the Swift Cooper team on the whole, it went really, really well. It came out of the first round leading all three championships, so that's brilliant. The final didn't quite go to plan for myself. The first corner was a little bit messy, and then my cart backed up in the final as well, which was less than ideal. But on the whole, it was a pretty good event.
Very nice. Thank you for talking there. Sam, have you got sound yet?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm not sure what
Oh,
happened. I
good.
blame you. I'm pretty sure when you muted me, you muted my audio as well somehow.
Whatever. It's probably my fault for everything today. But all right, how did the event go? How did it go for you? Was it all right?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I think I enjoyed watching the juniors and stuff a bit more. But yeah, no, I had a good day with the heats. I also don't think I had the cleanest day, so I'm not too disappointed with a bad result because I think maybe winning that would have felt a bit cheeky. Yeah, I enjoyed myself, but didn't deserve to win that one.
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting when you say that. Cool. Well, anyway, it was Ben who won overall. Can I just say I'm so glad that someone who's not a knobhead won, because that's great. I'm so used to knobheads winning everything, especially you, Sam. But and then Aidan won in SRK too, so that was really good for him as well.
That was
And
Ben's first victory, wasn't it? And
it
yeah,
was.
he well deserved it. Well deserved it.
Yeah,
Definitely
brilliant.
was. All right, cool. So we're going to go through a few clips that we had from more the headcam footage that we had sent to us. Then we're going to look ahead to Herefordshire, and we're going to end by crowning our driver of the day, our very elusive prize. So there we go. That's where you vote for that. So that's going to be open until the end of discussion tonight. So I think the first one we're going to jump at, and this is where I think everything's going to go wrong with the broadcast because I need to put videos on screen, is from one of the earlier races. So I'm just going to try and broadcast this and see what happens, but we may have to jump to my second screen in a sec. Right, so that was heat number one. How was that clip? Did it work properly for everyone, or?
Yeah, just about.
All right, cool. I'll play it again in slow motion on the other screen, so I always do that. But I think this is from heat number one, and we'll get it in slow motion again, and I can talk you through what I saw for first. So here we go in slow motion. So this is me in race one. This is my head cam. Shane ahead in the white and black helmet. Seb up front in the blue tint and Tom Seabrook on the outside there. So Seb going down the inside for a move, tags the back of Tom, and it turns us 3 wide here, which is always going to end well into this little corner here. But in fact, Shane is the one that takes the move in the end, and he manages to get past Seb. And I'm going for the move as well. All very messy through this little bit here, but it looks like we all came out of it kind of unscathed at the end. So Sam, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say a light warning on Seb for the initial contact on Tom, or Thomas, however he prefers to be called. I could see why he went for it. The gap was there, but he did push him out, and he could have lost 2 positions for it. And I think had he lost 2 positions, he may have got a penalty for it. But unfortunately, Seb was the one that actually lost out. So I think it kind of evened out.
Yeah, that was good. Would you agree, Luke? Croak wants to say yes.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, cool. That's good. Thank you for your input. All right. So this was one where this was a 4-way battle in Heat 1. So I'm never going to go full aggressive here. But one important thing to note here is I certainly could have stuck my nose in a couple of these positions right now and potentially made a move, but also potentially caused a lot of contact. So I could have stuck my nose all the way in there. I could have dived straight through on Seb. Could have gone back for the cutback in a sec on Shane. But what I was doing at this point is I'm taking my foot off the throttle and feathering it a little bit and just getting back in behind him. And what happened later in the heat is I was able to get past those 2 drivers ahead. Couldn't get Seb because he was quicker than me anyway. But that was one thing there. So that was the first clip. And I think we'll probably just jump straight onto the second clip, if that's all right, because you can see how much I'm trying to click here and pretend like I know what I'm doing. I've got a very confusing setup. But the next one we're going to have a look at right now, this doesn't have any sound, so let's just put this straight on now. This is from Chris Ball in heat number 14. You see Neil in the orange and James in the black there. And around goes Chris.
Off.
Yeah, very unlucky. Oops. And yep, I'm going to bring you guys back in again over here. Move that. And we'll go with, again, Sam's first impressions once I get this screen up here. I'm not a very good director. I can just about talk when I press buttons, but
we patiently wait for you on a daily basis. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I need some loading music or something.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Okay, Sam, have a talk through this. Go on.
Yeah, go for it. So Neil looks for the gap, doesn't quite do it, loses speed. James gets alongside, doesn't he? So I think there's 100% alongside here. James knows he's there, and I think he thinks he's in front at this point, and Neil's backed off, and he's unfortunately squeezed him. I would say that if James would have just hugged the wall to the right a little bit more to just guarantee that he didn't squeeze someone, he still would have come out on top. So it was an unnecessary kind of cut across. But I'd be interested to see if he got a penalty for it, because Neil really isn't quite hanging on. He probably, for his benefit, should have just come off the throttle and tucked back in. Yeah, it's a difficult one actually.
Luke, do you have any input on this?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, similar to Sam. Sorry. But yeah, I don't think he got a penalty for it. I think that was on the limit of what you can get away with, and Chris was just really unlucky.
Yeah, so yeah. I think I mentioned it at the start, but we're not going to assess penalties in this. All of the penalties on the day are by the race direction team, which was partly us and partly the people that ran at Castle Combe, and it will be that way throughout the season. So no penalties are going to influence the results after the results have been published. I think we put that in the rule book, but we can review footage in certain incidents to apply penalty points in retrospect. So the only time that's happened since Combe, there's been 2 incidents. The first one was one from the A final, because that was the only race where all 3 of us were in. So that was the one where we have to make a call on it afterwards, because we can't make a call on the moment because we're all in it. I certainly didn't expect to be in the A final, so that wasn't the plan, because I'm rubbish at Combe. So I was planning to be the race director. Obviously, we had our COVID for the main guy. And the second time was it was actually a penalty on you, Sam, for one that I saw earlier on in the day, but my view was obscured by the clubhouse. So when I saw the footage, I was like, yeah, cool, that is a penalty.
Which I take on the chin. Yeah, I think it was a good call.
Good. But we're not asking people to send in videos so they can be like, this guy deserves penalty, this guy deserves one. Don't care. It's what happened on the day. But we can talk about it. So for me, this is a good move from James in the black there. And he certainly is squeezing here. He's alongside him enough. You could probably leave a bit more room here. Not sure where you got a penalty. But why Chris spun out, I'm not entirely certain. For me, it's one of those ones that could probably be avoided. I'm sure he won't agree with me on that. But I saw a lot of incidents at Combe where people were just kind of putting their nose into places and not really thinking about what it means. So in this incident, you can just go a little bit wide. You can see that they're going to be push in there, go a little bit wider, and you can just go either round the outside of Neil or let off the throttle a little bit and just tuck in behind. Maybe he did get punted from behind, what Ollie said there, but maybe not this incident in particular, but certainly a lot of incidents could have been avoided by just thinking about what is going to happen ahead of you and thinking about what it means to put your car in a certain position. So that's made a lot worse by Combe just because of the fact that it's very tight confines. So I don't think we'll see that much later on in the season from this, but just my opinion on it. I don't know what you think about it, Sam.
Yeah, I think my general verdict is I feel that just a little bit of racing room needs to be given there. You know, it's yes, Neil probably should have backed out, but I do feel that it's just straight lined a little bit there. So I think it's one of those. I mean, if I was in Neil's position, and I was in Neil's position in the A final, you know, that exact same thing happened to me, except from it was 3 wide. You know, you for your own benefit, you don't want to crash out. Even if someone's putting the dirty on you, you want to make sure that you can live to fight the next corner, don't you? So I would have backed out in Neil's position, and I would have been annoyed that I was squeezed.
Yeah, right. I mean, this is one thing I've said for my driving this year. A lot of things that happened to me last 2 years, in fact, is me trying to make up too many positions at once. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is just stay out of trouble. And like you said, live to fight another day. It might mean losing one position on a corner, but it means kind of being more patient and gaining time. And as you can see, I made it into the A final just by doing that. But in past years, I would have dived into places and got taken out or been steamrolled by half the pack going up past me when I go for a stupid move. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that one.
We just gotta leave each other more room. I think that's just. I mean, Combe in general, you know, it's going to happen. But next tracks that we visit, it won't be such a problem. But yeah, I think we all could do better at it.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it's like I was saying to someone before, Combe's kind of like it's almost like a street track, you know. It's almost like a street track because it's so tight. The only one that we go to that's like that is Race World, because obviously they're an indoor track and they've got walls there. But at most tracks we go to, they got runoff, so we shouldn't have this problem. Anyway, it's always going to be the way. It's like I said at the briefing, everyone's convinced they're going to win, and everyone's also racing each other for the first time. So you're going to have these incidents at the first round, and hopefully it'll get a little bit better throughout the championship. Okay, cool. So talking of absolute messes, let's look at the restart from the A final, shall we? Yeah, and that went so well for everyone, that second restart, didn't it? It was great. So we actually did have a penalty assessed for that, and it was for Lucas, to be honest. So again, Sam, do you want to talk us through this? Where are you?
I'm to your left at this point. Yeah, this was after I was crashed, so near the back. To be honest with you, I've not seen this clip until now, so I don't actually know what happened or what went wrong. But I'm guessing there was some sort of loading going into the corner here.
Yeah.
A bit of a tap there. Yeah, another tap. I think without seeing it in full, I don't know. Is there a bit of squeezing, or I don't see it. I don't see it. What is it? Lucas got a penalty for that.
Lucas got a penalty for loading there. That was from the team on the day, by the way.
There's quite clear the little knock going in, which is obviously not great at all. You really shouldn't be hitting someone there because it can just clutter everyone to the left. And yeah, I mean, Bayoni's the one that's been hung out to dry, and almost me again. I've been sort of tangled between two of you, so I can see how those tiny taps caused Bayoni to go in the wall, even though he wasn't the one directly touched. So yeah, loading's just a no-go all round. So I can see it now.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate one, like you say. Like little taps like just then, it's okay because it's not going to mean anything. But when you're diving in there and you're pushing like that, it's always going to happen at the start, but someone's always to blame. So
yeah,
in this case, yeah,
it's Neil that gets, I think, hit into Bayoni there. Actually,
it sucks that someone ends up being taken out. That's not their fault, but that is racing. Like, Right. Sorry to involve you, Luke, but do you agree or do you disagree?
Yeah, well, I was actually behind this, so I had quite a good view of it. And from my angle, it actually looked a lot worse than it does on this camera angle. So I think that's me just to the left of you there. But yeah, it was loading from Lucas and just a chain reaction that unfortunately put Ollie in the wall. But yeah, justified penalty.
Yeah. So that's I think we all agreed on that already, aren't we? So the penalty was given on the day, and that has gone into his penalty points pot, I suppose. So there is you can see these penalties online now. Actually, let me just write the link in here. It's one of my beautiful bit links. So I'm going to keep track of all the penalties this year because I got you for the penalty points. But you can see all the penalty points, who got what in the heats, if we've applied one post race. So I want to be very open and visible about that. So Sam, you did get one. You got 3 points on your license. You naughty boy. But yeah, you weren't the only one. There were a few in the juniors as well, by the way. So we are using the same rule book as the juniors. There were a lot in the juniors, actually. Some people got 6 points in that first round. But that's the way it goes. We're all racing each other for the first time. Don't crash into people. The end. We have to go with the team. All right, we've got one more clip here. Oh, this could actually leave you right in it, Sam. So it's from your head cam. Here we go. Is it going to play? Because you've got a stupidly high quality one as well. Let's have a look. Hey.
It's a little clunky.
It is a little clunky, you knob, because you put it at like
slow it down.
Lifelike quality. Like you can see like the pimples on his helmet. Yeah, it was just that. Well, can you actually turn that down for the next round so I can use your camera?
Sure.
Go on. Anyway, talk us through it. This 4-3 video.
Well, I hooked up this one quite nicely, and I noticed that I was gaining an inch or two on him here, and he was going to go sharp left, so I went sharp right, and I was 100% in, but there was contact side by side at the front of the car. But I think he turns to the corner as you normally do, and you're surprised that someone's suddenly there. So it's just in my opinion, a bit of harmless contact of, oh, there's someone there, and they sort of bounce off you. But yeah, I think it's with my head going down a little bit. It looks a little worse than it is.
That was a good move. That was a dive bomb. I'd be proud.
Yeah. Could be a little diagonal switcheroo, right?
No penalties were given for
this wasn't a penalty. This was just a good but contact kind of overtake, wasn't it? It's
the gap's there, right?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, I think that was just to blow your own trumpet a little bit, really, wasn't it? It wasn't really any point
what about
showing that.
We haven't heard from the toad.
Oh yeah, okay. Wind in the Willows. What do you think?
It was a good move.
Willows.
All right. He croaked to say yes. Okay, enjoyed that.
He croaked to say yes.
All right, cool. So yeah, that was pretty much all the clips we had. Some people did send some stuff, but it was too late for me to edit. So remember, I'm a very busy fellow. I've got to edit these things the Sunday after the event. Right? So send it in the week. Okay, cool. So a couple of things that came up during that event that we're going to talk to people about, just generally everyone, in fact, is first thing was team orders. So there was team orders at that event, and it has been addressed. We don't want to see that at this. It's low-level rental car racing. Like, it's not Formula One. It's not Multi-21, Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel. So just don't do it. It's not happening. We haven't got any rule in the rule book so far that disallows it, but we will write one. Like, it's that important. We don't want to see that. The team's championship is great, but it's probably the worst and the best idea we've ever had, because it brings people into the championship, but it also brings this sort of thing. Or if you're going to do something, just be tactful about it, like, so things that are allowed, setting your teams up in certain lineups ahead of the event. So if you want to change and bump between A and B groups, for example, if you think that you've got a better chance bumping someone up and you've got enough iterations left, you are allowed to do that. Things that are not allowed is influencing the race result during the races by doing certain things. So hopefully we got that all clear, and hopefully we won't see it again. And the other thing that needs to stop really right now is people talking smack about people either at the event openly or online afterwards. because we can all have banter about it, but it needs to be either in private or it needs to be to someone's face. We're all adults. Don't whinge about things. Like, just go and talk to someone if you've got a problem with them. If it escalates, we'll deal with it elsewhere. I don't want anyone going home keyboard warrior it. Let's just talk like people about what the problems are, right? Because we're all here to get along. We're all here for the season. Anyway, hopefully those points are fine. Anything to add on that, Sam or Luke?
No, yeah.
Good. Especially you, Sam. Just shut the hell up. Like, I hate everything you say, but I keep my mouth shut most of the time.
I think you're the one that talks the most smack about me.
That's true. I deserve 12 penalty points.
12 penalty points. Oh.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so I'm done talking smack about you. So I need you to narrate this video. So please get along for a second.
Is it going to be watchable? That's the question.
Oh yeah, right. So I need to share my screen. We're going to look ahead to Herefordshire, by the way. So there are 4 spaces left in adults. 4 spaces. That means we've got 52 people booked. We've got 23 people in juniors. It's going to be an awesome event. Hopefully we can get more than we did for round 1. And now Sam is going to talk us through a lap, hopefully. So I'm going to play this, and if it's terrible, stop me. Go,
Cool.
talk.
So he's just approaching the start-finish line now. Here we go, start of the lap. So first turn is a nice big right-hander where you're in the middle of the track, keeping it close to the tyres. Over to the left, keeping your foot to the floor all the way to the end. Big brake here, come in tight, go out left, over to the right, a little brake, try and get a bit of curb, don't hit this barrier, keep it straight, and you want to hit the second apex here under the bridge, which is there, over to the right, a little bit of the runoff, over to the runoff again, over to the left, over to the right immediately, get very close to that wall, it will push you to the left and across the line.
Yeah, nice. So it's a really fun circuit. This is the first kind of big open track that we have. This is from the A final last year from Neil's on board. And yeah, so you'll have runoff on the outside, lots of chances to overtake. If it rains, it's chaos, which is great. I love it. If it rains, it's just mental. In particular, that corner coming down the bridge is a big kind of move space. So why don't we talk through again and talk about the overtaking zones on this one? So you can overtake down the inside there, but as I found out, you can take people out there quite easily. Because I took you out in 2019, didn't I?
I would genuinely say going over that ramp is a bit of a danger zone with overtaking. You can accidentally take people out with the slightest taps. This is your key one right here. I mean, obviously, if Brad wasn't defending there, you could shoot down the inside. Again, you can do a bit of a switch.
Is this where I come back now? It is.
This is where you get involved. Straight involved.
So you can do that without the contact.
You can overtake in both of those hairpins. Going under here, it's kind of single file, and then you can dive down the inside on the left here if you're brave. Again, you can dive going up here if you're brave. No contact if you're going to go for an overtake there, though. Otherwise, that will cause problems. And the best one is probably on the inside right here if you're behind.
Well, Neil's about to dive into this next corner, so why don't you have a look at this one here? Right? This is a good move from Neil.
Straight behind Brad. Try not to hit the driver in front here if you're going for an overtake. That is so key. You can go for a lunge right there and take out the driver in front. Got to be careful because you will get penalties easily through that corner.
I'd say that was a robust move. Yeah, it was just about okay. Someone's asked if we will have wetsuits to the range. Yes, we will. The track will provide us that.
The track does have wetsuits, yeah.
Yes, they do.
I will say as well, this circuit in the wet is very much a dry line. Unlike most outdoor circuits, you can drive this track very similarly in the wet. I don't know if it's because it's got the dual engines, it's just got more rear grip, or if the circuit just doesn't have much rubber on it. I don't know. It's very fun to drive in the wet.
It is, yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's the way we'll be doing that. As I said at round 1, there's much less parking at this track, so please car share if you can. We're also working on getting a nice food van, so hopefully we'll have some food there. There isn't any pre-event practice because we run the juniors in the morning now, so sorry about that. But why don't you give Herefordshire a call if you want some practice? Yeah, that was the plan with all of that. Should we watch Smash Sam? Any excuse to watch Smash Sam?
Oh, God, go on.
Go on, let's watch it. Let's watch Smash Sam. My favourite search video.
What is this now?
This is what, literally every opportunity we watch Smash Sam.
Most of them were in practice because you were just purposely getting behind me in practice to do it.
It's true. So this is from, 2019 maybe? You probably can't hear it, but This is not me justifying contact. This is just, it's funny because it's you, right? Nothing I can do about that.
Oh no.
And here's a big send now, right? So don't make this move right now. Ah! but it works.
It doesn't
made the
work because I
pass.
think I get you straight back, doesn't it?
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, this was only practice, like I said.
Oh.
Here's another one that didn't work out.
Oh no, yeah, this one was fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can't make that move. Yeah, don't do that move. Now I know, though, because I tried it. And here's Sam making a bad move. Look, this is a squeezing move here. You can't do that.
Bonk.
So many bonks.
you even see me look around and then lift my head and like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, that's a good dive, right? That's a nice
That was
dive.
a good dive, and then you bonked Zach.
Yeah, but I lost out. No, actually, I made this move. Oh, you get me back here. Watch this pass now, look.
Yeah.
Very nice dive. Good pass.
That's how you don't bonk.
That is, yeah. And then there's one last thing where I got a big penalty for.
That was brilliant.
There we go.
Oh,
I got a big penalty. Sorry, Ollie. I think Ollie's watching from Sweden tonight, so sorry, buddy. Anyway, so yeah, don't do any of that.
So that was either hashtag smash Sam or hashtag avoid Diego. Because you were responsible for all of those.
Let's get this up on screen. There we go. Hashtag smash Sam. Very good. It's up on the screen now. Oh, technology. All right. So we have a very elusive award coming up next, which is
Diego's potato move of the race.
Yeah, Diego's potato move of the race. And let's see who this goes to. It goes to Mr. Luke Cooper. What a great pass that is. Well done, buddy. That's great. Well done, mate. That stupid dive bomb. Let's watch it again. Up the inside. Bonk. Bye. In the A final, no least, as well.
Yeah.
So I forgot to make the graphic, but I was gonna put Luke at the top on the potato list. So well done, Luke. You get the potato move for round number 1. And last two things we're gonna do is driver of the day. So last chance for driver of the day. So let me put the link back up here again. Driver of the day. Put your driver of the day. Have you two voted? Go and vote now.
I'm trying to find the link myself.
It's literally on screen. It's literally on screen, Sam. Pay attention. Right. So the last things to say is thank you to everyone that's made. I want to call them vlogs. I don't know if I'm out of touch with that. Is that what people call them these days? Videos on YouTube, vlogs. Okay, so vlogs. Thank you to everyone who did that. So we very much appreciate you doing that. And don't forget to hashtag SRK Championship. I'll put like a library up of everyone's videos. So if you ever need any guidance, talk to the people that are doing these things. Chris Ball in particular is very good with his videos. He's got lots of information on them. So have a look for him. Ask questions if you want to. And when we do the team graphics after Herefordshire, we'll have everyone's kind of like handles online as well. So you should get a few more followers at that point. And we will be finalising the teams after round 2 as well. So, right, let's announce the driver of the day winner. So from the drivers with 1 vote first. So those with 1 vote, you don't get anything for this, by the way. So if you want to influence it, you can do if you want, but it doesn't get you anything. So let's see. Sam Slater with 0. That's important. So good. 0 votes for Sam. All the people with 1. Oh, sorry. I should say who we voted for first, should we? So Luke, who did you vote for first?
I actually voted for 4 people. I voted for
Ben. That's just every time. Never learns, does he?
I voted for Benchik because I thought he was probably the best driver. Well, he won overall. He drove brilliantly all day. That was his first win. And I actually voted for the 3 SRK2 drivers that made it into the B final. Aidan Dancer, Sam Cox and Marco Grady, because they all drove brilliantly throughout the day, and getting into the B final was a great result.
Nice. What about you, Sam?
I did go for Benchik for absolutely smashing it out of the park all day long. I
also went for Benchik. He was the only one that didn't make any mistakes. Yeah. but he was, like I said, not a knobhead. That's great. Okay, all the drivers with 1 vote. And Aidan Dancer. I didn't vote for him, but well done. He got 1 vote. Neil Durant got 1 vote. Luke Evans, Jamie Simmons, Matthew Stark, Lucas Sullivan. So we all know who voted for themselves, just for reference there. Those 6 people. And then the real votes, people with 2 points each, were Sam Cox and Mark O'Grady. I think you mentioned them. They did really well on the podium in Circ 2. And then we had, it was actually quite a few on the top 2. So second was Ryan Taylor with 5 points. I think he drove really well as well. I think that was his best result, actually.
Yeah.
4th overall, wasn't it?
So that was really good. And as expected, our winner with 6 votes was Ben Chick. So well done to Ben Chick for driver of the day. You very much deserve that. You get nothing, maybe something later on in the season.
You get Shrek 3.
Oh my God, spoilers.
Diego to arrange.
I've run out of VHS tapes now. Okay, right. That was pretty much all of that, I think. But thanks to our sponsors, Tech Cycle Solutions, ADS, Painting and Decorating, Car Guy, Swift Cooper for the round sponsor. We'll be welcoming Broken Logo at round 2. We do still have round sponsorship available for Bayford Meadows. Someone's just asked, is there going to be an updated post showing all drivers from the respective teams? There will be, yes. So after round 2, that's when the cutoff is for deciding teams. The reason is because we have the drivers that are unattached go into a team called SRK Rookies. So we just need to work out. But if you haven't got a team and you want to join one, just put yourself forward in the group, or just talk to us at track at round 2. And I'll put all the graphics up then. So if you need to change anything, it's all good until round 2. And that's where you could get reclassified between Circ 1 and Circ 2 at that point as well. But that's pretty much that from us today. If you haven't booked in for Herefordshire, do it now. Otherwise, you'll get locked out there. But anything to add from Luke today?
Ribbit.
And Sam, what about you?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Good. Thank you for everyone for watching, and hopefully you didn't hate it too much. We'll see you at round number 2.
See you round 2, guys.